Hey, it's Tanya. I want to talk about a new trend that is quite popular, sweeping the country right now, considering what we've just gone through with our economy and the housing market and all these big mansions and big houses and 4, 5, 6, 7,000 square foot homes that just were really absolutely ridiculous. It's called the Not So Big House. And this concept was developed by an architect out of Minneapolis, and her name is Sarah Susanka. And I've got several of her books here today. Creating the Not So Big House, Inside the Not So Big House. Of course, I don't have the Not So Big House book. I can't find that. And then Home by Design. And Sarah's whole concept of architecture and design is building a smaller home that's more livable, that has all the features and all the rooms that you need, that will help the family create closeness and bonding, and it'll bring the family unit back together. I kind of think of her concept similar to the little vignettes that they have set up at IKEA. If any of you have ever been to IKEA, they'll have a living room and a kitchen and a bedroom kind of all within 1,000 square feet. And it's very functional. She utilizes the spaces for multi-purposes, for storage wherever it's accessible. And there are some really neat design tricks that you can use in this kind of not so big house design to help kind of trick the eye into thinking that the house is actually bigger than it is. I'm going to talk about two of those today. And one of my favorites, and that I've incorporated into our new home design, is visual spaciousness. Sarah likes to design her homes so that when you're walking, for example, down a hall, you can look all the way down the end of the hall, and she likes to place windows, so that you've got that view that seems to expand the length of the hall, and then it looks like the outside's coming in. And she also likes to create rooms that you can see standing in one room and then looking and seeing 2 or 3 rooms, through the house. Visually, that creates the feeling that the house is actually bigger than it is. Another technique that she likes to do is framing her doorways or walk-throughs, going from room to room. Not necessarily putting a door frame, in an opening, but creating it, making thicker walls so that when you walk through it, you get the feeling that you're experiencing walking into another room. The thickness of the walls themselves will create the illusion that the home is sturdy and grounded and bigger and thicker than it really is. And framing, using really nice trim and woodwork to frame walking through the house. Putting details, visual details into the design of your home will make it seem a lot more spacious. It will make it seem a lot richer. It'll feel like you've put a lot of money into the house when actually you haven't, because it's a lot smaller. And that's not necessarily true either, because it can cost a lot of money to condense and try to get everything into a smaller space. But it's actually worth it. Like I said in the beginning, family time and bonding and just this closeness, this family unit that we seem to have, I don't know what's happened to it these days. But it's a really interesting philosophy. And again, her name is Sarah Susanka. And you can check out any of her books probably at Barnes & Noble. You can probably get them at the library. But I would really suggest getting the Not So Big House. That's the first starter one. And then any of her other ones that go along with it.